Hello and welcome to Billy Ho Sports. This week's featured race will be the Virginia Derby held at Colonial Downs. And after reviewing the stakes races this week, it looks like a good week to catch our breath. So be on the lookout for Breeders' Cup content. I'm going to start to do sort of a special Contenders series with some of the more unfamiliar horses that we haven't seen all summer, things of that nature. Oh, and happy sports betting in Kentucky. We are finally legal today. You can go to the sports book and place a bet. Online wagering will begin, I believe, next week. So that's always great. We're legal now, so get her done. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. So much appreciate that. You don't even know. Smash that like button and leave me a comment, and let's go. The Virginia Derby is going to go 1.125 miles on the turf for the top 3-year-olds. We will have, I believe, 11 contenders to cover, so let's get to it. The first one, number one, Freedom Trail, is John Terranova, trained leading jockey for Colonial Downs. Antonio Gallardo is riding. And this one ran up close with the horses like Calic, Farbridge, and Silver Knot in this Pennine Ridge Stakes race, but faded down the stretch. He hits the turn here and just doesn't have the horse left to keep up. So I kind of feel like the same way in this race. I think he could probably get out there and run pretty well, but he doesn't have the style that I like as far as closing for home. So the next one up is going to be Gigante, trained by Steve Asmussen. Chris Torres will ride. And Gigante, that was about the size of the race he runs in this Secretariat at Colonial just a month ago. Javier Castellano gave a great pressing trip, and when they turned for home, he went 4 wide and run right by them all at 22-1. I think we got a bit of a downgrade on the jockeys from Castellano to Torres, but Torres is still a solid jock. Don't get me wrong. So I will have my eye on Gigante, if you're Americanizing it. So the next one up is going to be the number 3 horse, Runaway Storm, trained by Ethan West, ridden by Colby Hernandez. Unraced at 2, and he's just making his 4th start. A huge jump in class, but coming off a very dominant wire-to-wire win at the Horseshoe. I'm going to have to see a little bit more from this one, a little bit too green for me for this step up in class. So I'm going to move on to the number 4 horse, Salute the Stars, is trained by Brad Cox, ridden by Sheldon Russell. Along the way, I will be popping up like the contenders in this race and the jockey standings for Colonial Downs to familiarize yourself with these jockeys that we might not see every week in and week out. So Sheldon Russell would be one of those guys. Finished Salute the Stars back of the pack in the Haskell here. And when you read the comments by the horse, it's like pulled, checked, rank, all not good words. But he did run right up with the leaders until the final turn, but maybe just didn't like the dirt, honestly. But moving back to the turf might be just what he needs to get the job done this time around, or at least be very competitive to get back in the mix. So potential value play for me. Number 5, Data Man, Grand Motion trained Jorge Ruiz. Nice looking gray horse winning this Bald Eagle Derby at Laurel Park. And a good stretch battle. He has to kind of reposition chasing Ari Gold here, who's leading the race, the 3 horse, who's also in this race, FYI. But it looks like he finds the gas pedal after he gets clear and late, and he just runs right by Ari Gold. And I kind of feel like I'll have a comment on that in a little bit when we get to Ari Gold. But I did like the way he won the race. But it is going to be a significant jump in class. But I will keep an eye on him. Mondego is the 6 horse. Chris Clemente is training. This front running horse had a bad time at Saratoga Derby. Fractious in the gate, but was able to get out from the 1 post, save some ground most of the way. But he does come up empty down the stretch, kind of gets trapped in the middle there. But I expect a much better race this time around. closer. I think when they get fractious in the gate, maybe they expend extra energy, so they don't quite have the kick that they need to coming down the stretch, especially on the turf. That's just my opinion. But I think he'll be closer to the third place that he ran in the Belmont Derby Invitational prior to the Saratoga Derby Invitational. Say that fast. 7-horse Activist Investing. And look out, Chad Brown, turf horse incoming. So Chad Brown, horse number 1, incoming. Fergal Lynch will ride. This horse looks eerily similar to the other Chad Brown horse on turf program trading when he came into the Saratoga Derby with a big jump in class and won that impressively. So this horse opened his 3-year-old season just last month with a big win at Saratoga in a 150K allowance optional claimer. So I expect he'll move up off of that second start of the season. Definitely going to be a contender in my book. Now, number 8, Laurel Valley, Mike Maker trained. Horatio Carmanos will ride. This horse was knocking on the door all 2023 looking for that maiden win. Well, it finally came last month in Saratoga in a maiden special weight for 88K. But this one I think looks a little bit tier 2 or below the top contenders. So I'll have to play the wait and see approach with this one here. So the next one coming up is interesting. The number 9 horse is Integration. Shug McGahee is the trainer. Kendrick Carmouche, the rider. So this is a late bloomer and came right out of the gate a winner at Colonial last month. So 1 race down, 1 win, and we're ready to roll, right? So he rated really well if you watch this race because they had a rabbit that just took off to, 15 length lead or whatever, and he just rated well sitting, waiting, and when it time to roll, he did just that. So maybe, and you may have heard me mention in my betting videos and whatnot, Shug McGahee has had a very, very bad time on graded stakes races this year. And so maybe this week he'll get off the schneid or at least have better luck. So good luck to Shug. So that was the 9 horse. This is the 10, Ari Gold, trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden by Jose Ortiz. And this was the one I was talking about, was caught by the fellow rival Data Man in that race we previously discussed. And no offense to Jamie Rodriguez, but I think he got caught slipping. I don't really know for sure, but it looks like he didn't get to the whip soon enough. And then once he sees Data Man coming, that he's got to the whip and just got caught. So it happens. But the upgrade to Jose Ortiz at jockey, I think we see a major bounce back in this race. Todd Pletcher is one of my top favorite trainers, and Jose, the Ortiz brothers, can't go wrong there. So I think this one, Ari Gold, is going to be a definite contender and may even have just a touch of value to him. So we're going to finish off this number 11 horse program trading with Chad Brown and Flavian Pratt aboard the ride. So this one is the winner of the Saratoga Derby and nearly wired the field. He actually led the whole way, and you can see down the stretch, I'm going to show it again, briefly lost the lead, but came back to win. And I love that in a horse. Horses that get passed down the stretch that just dig deeper and find a way to get past and win. Likely a top choice in my book. And so that's going to do it for the 11 contenders. I would say, first glance, definitely the 2 Chad Browns, Ari Gold. Don't know about Mondego, but Salute the Stars I'm going to be interested in. So I would say those 3 or 4 are going to be my first look. I haven't had a chance to look at past performances yet, but those look the best on paper to me. So I hope you enjoyed that show. Be sure to check out the website, billyhosports.com. Lots more content coming soon. Thanks for watching. See you soon.